Welcome to a new fragrance review. Today we're gonna try Cabochard by Grès. So I got a super small bottle with almost nothing left. And this is the vintage version of Cabochard. So here how it looks like. That little thing can be removed here. Here is what the box looks like. So let's try the smell. As you can see in my background, I have also the other bottle of Cabochard. This one will be reviewed really soon and I'll give a comparison of those two. But today I'm gonna go with the original one, maybe talk a little bit more about the fragrance and other fragrance that are called similar to this one. So I'm picking up a lot of aldehyde. I'm actually picking up some sandalwood also. Picking up some ylang ylang. It's really different on paper than on my skin. I'm picking up a little bit of tobacco, but it's really old school tobacco. Picking up some sage. Picking up a little bit of orris. Picking up a little bit of geranium and rose, but I think the rose that I'm picking up is not actual rose. It's just that geranium and aldehyde together give that impression of rose. That's about it. On my skin, what I'm picking up. In the opening, there's a lot of oak moss, a lot of ylang ylang, a lot of spicy note, a lot of sage. And there's also a little bit of lemon, a little bit of aldehyde, a little bit of sandalwood that I'm picking up straight from the opening, a little bit of caramel. As it dries down, then I'm picking up a bit more floral, more jasmine, geranium, rose, and a bunch of orris at that time. I'm also picking up a lot of tobacco, a lot of leather, more starting toward the heart. I would say I'm picking up a bit of leather and tobacco also in the opening, but it's more toward the heart that it starts. And as it keeps drying, it stays really strong with the leather, oak moss, tobacco, ylang ylang, and it keeps going more toward a bit of sandalwood that stays toward the end. All those notes, but still sandalwood. The first note in those big present note that fades in the fragrance is ylang ylang. Then couldn't say exactly, leather, tobacco, moss, all pretty much together. Projection is really good, around 6 feet. Maybe I'm pushing it a little bit with the 6 feet, but I had to drop because I have a little bottle like this. I had to take a pipette to put some perfume on me. So it's not the same as a spray. I would say with a spray, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. But for me, it was maybe 5 feet that people could smell me, which is still pretty good. Longevity also is really great. It lasts the whole day. It was over 12 hours. I don't know exactly how long it lasts because when I went to bed, it was still smelling. And when it was the day after, it was not smelling anymore. Also, I see a lot of people comparing this fragrance to Aramis, and I need to say that I don't see a lot of comparison. I have Aramis, but the version I have is a new bottle, so I don't know if it got reformulated or anything, but it's not necessarily the vintage one, and this bottle is vintage, so I can tell you that they're not similar. And also I have the reformulation of Cabochard, and I can tell you that they are not the same fragrance. I would see some similarity, and they're made by the same perfumer. Also, I would say that technically Aramis could be told to be the Cabochard for men or Cabochard the Aramis for women. The same title as fragrance like Cool Water. There's a man and woman version. They're a bit different, but these one I would say they're close enough to be called the man and the woman version of the same fragrance. Again, they are made by the same person, so that makes sense. I see there's some people that say it smells like Tabac Original, and I don't know what they smell, but there's nothing at all with that fragrance. Now with the other flanker, or not flanker, but reformulation of Cabochard, I will cover it with the review of this fragrance here, so I won't go too far with this. I would still say that this version is better than this version. So for the complete note breakdown, Top notes are spicy notes, aldehydes, tarragon, sage, some weird name, asafoetida, fruity notes, and lemon. Heart notes are jasmine, geranium, rose, orris, and ylang ylang. Base notes are leather, oak moss, tobacco, patchouli, musk, vetiver, sandalwood, amber, and coconut. Now on Fragrantica, they say that this perfume is unisex. At first it was sold as a woman perfume, but it's really manly for today's perfume standard, though there's a lot of really typically woman note in it. So I would say that it still is a woman's perfume, but for today's standard, a man can pull it off really easily. Even in Fragrantica, they say it's unisex. It will be more unisex, leaning toward woman. As both a man and woman perfume, I would analyze it for both gender, because I think it would be taking the exact same place as a perfume for both a man and a woman. So for me, it's a business fragrance. It is 100% a business fragrance. It's really old school, it's really powerful. The aldehyde, the oak moss, all those old school notes, all that old school build of a fragrance. It's really business like. It's something that you wear to feel powerful, to have people smell power in you. So for me, this is a business fragrance. I don't think it would be good at all as a dating perfume, because it's not at all what's popular nowadays. I would say if you're a bit older, maybe in your 50s and up, you could wear it as a dating perfume. I would say if that perfume was popular when you were a teenager, you can wear it as a dating perfume. But if you're younger than that, I think it will be a bit hard to pull off for that kind of occasion. In the summer-winter spectrum, it will be too much in summer. It will be really bad. Maybe if you're lucky or unlucky and perfume don't project at all on you, you could wear it maybe with just one spray, but the smell would be a bit too much in summer, and the projection also. In winter though, it will be really great, and it could be good to cut through the cold also. As an everyday fragrance, this fragrance is discontinued since a long time. It will be really hard for you to find it, or you'll have to pay a lot of money to have it. So for that reason, it wouldn't be good as an everyday fragrance. Also, the smell is not so much that kind of smell neither. But everything else is good. I mean, it will last the whole day. If you like that fragrance a lot, you can pull it off. You could pull it off easily as an everyday fragrance. It's just that it's not what I would categorize this fragrance. But it lasts the whole day, smells good, a bit old school, but smells good. So you could pull it off as an everyday fragrance. Personally, I think it smells extremely good, to the point that I tried to buy another bottle and something more modern. So if you like old school fragrance, definitely this one is something you need to please try to smell it, because it smells super good. Where I would see this fragrance, and for me, the smell, since it's old school and business-like, I would see like a businesswoman, a CEO of a company, maybe I think it's a woman president of a country. This is who I would see wearing this fragrance. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If it's the case, we'll like and share. If you tried Cabochard and you have any thoughts about it, tell me what you think about it. Also, if you tried any of the reformulation, tell me what you think about it. Finally, if you really like Bernard Chant, which is the guy that made this fragrance, tell me which fragrance you like from him. So, thanks for watching, and see you soon.